Hello and welcome to Torment, Tides of Numenera. So, we're in the Little Nilly Ash still, and we need to find a way to open them all, apparently. And nowhere else we can go right now. The Ketene interior already found what we needed there, and we can just go back to the vast interior. We already can go back to Ioxu.
Fine.
Maybe we can talk with Gargoto one last time, because the thing is, we either feed the snack boy we bought, the slave, to the maw, or maybe we try to feed this prisoner, like Arya. Right. Speak. This prince of the Fahad would hear your questions. If you want to know if Harriet feels any guilt for her crime, we should feed her to the maw.
I'll remember that.
Yes. The voice murmurs. This is a perfect trial for our prisoner. She can stand before the maw, and unless she has completely divorced herself from human feelings, the bloom will take its due. Fitting punishment. Once she has done this, she is free to go. The speaker crackles. You will find the disc on her forehead. Turn it 3 times. Vidurshins to release her from her prison. Tell her that if she survives the maw, she has earned her freedom. Can I just kill her after that? No. Farewell, Garkoto. I'm gonna take this crazy lady. And I'm gonna feed her to the maw. Hey there. You wanna be breakfast? Or you wanna be dinner? Or perhaps you just like to be a snack. Back again so soon? Her smile doesn't reach her eyes. Have you come to free poor Haria from her cage? Actually, yes. Garkoto has agreed to release you, but only if you face the maw and allow it to draw out your guilt. Ha! I have nothing to confess or regret, so the maw will find me a paltry meal. I accept your bargain. The disc on her forehead pulses briefly and loses its cohesion to her flesh. It falls to the ground, and Heria's eyes widen as her imaginary prison disappears. She bends over to pick up the disc, and she passes it to you with a mocking smile. As a knight, I live by my honor, and it's my honor to put some smiles between this place and me. A quick jaunt to this maw, and then I'll show my heels. I don't really get this. I mean, like, if she feels guilty, then she gets killed. If she's a complete psychopath, then she gets to walk free. That's an odd test to me, but hey. Wow. People really love standing there. You wouldn't catch me dead standing there, even as an immortal. With a slight sneer, Huria steps toward the maw. I'll tell you what I regret, she declares. Let the bloom do its worst. Confidence shines from her face, and her proud carriage, even despite the filth that smears her armor, makes her look every inch the knight she claims to be. The maw's tongues reach out to her, grasping and tugging, and as they penetrate into her flesh and draw her close, you can see the first flickers of doubt and fear. Her eyes focus somewhere far away, and she addresses someone who isn't here. She begins to speak through gritted teeth, as if resisting the pull of the maw on her memories. The spotted Dossie! Ha! I care little for it. Sister, but your sadness made me cry. She breathes deeply, and something inside her seems to break. Her stoic mask begins to crumble. No, they were mutants. I did what was right. I didn't mean for them to die, not like that, not painfully, not twitching, frauding, kicking, not the children. Wow, she swallows. I thought some of the metal... I saw some of the metal before I comboed it into the air. I thought the dose was still toxic. Tears begin to stream down her cheeks. Toxic it was, but not enough to drop them. The screams that was the first time they ever seemed human to me. What's skinning the yellow woman? Her tentacles, her sting, she cried and wailed, but she was a monster. Uria sobs and her voice drops to a monotone. Cutting out her babies was a blessing to her, stopping more monsters from entering the world. We all agreed. But the children looked as human as any. You have voices in your head as well. I'm not gonna pull her out. I'm like... She might have some regret and some realization that just because they look different doesn't mean they were bad. But she's still a bad person. Keep talking. He doesn't seem to hear her voice reciting a litany of further crimes. When we brought the tunnel down on the diggers, I could hear their cries through the rubble. Rather than offer mercy, I gave them fire to steal away their breath. Her voice drones on, and somehow this makes her story more horrifying. I heard the weeping families into the spire, even though I knew that the resonances of the chamber would slowly shiver them apart. I hated them, I thought, but it was only because I feared my fellows' scorn. Yeah, but... Okay. Still, but you're acting alone right now, so... Even if you did what you needed to do in a team, and you didn't have the choice to... or the power to do anything on your own, you would have just get killed. I kinda get that, but still, you came here and killed on your own. They weren't human in every way that matters. What have I done? I called down the treasures and I stood guard with my blazing sphere to keep the fathers from saving their children. I laughed at their cries and I disemboweled the one because I thought he might serve as a lesson. His blood ran with that of his children, and they all suffered to see the others in agony. We wagered over who would die first. She stops talking. I'm a greater monster than ever they were. Yeah, I deserve a death worse than I gave them. I suppose any death will do, though. Danny breaks in. She's about to end her life. Piece of shattered scent lies on the ground nearby. Harriet snatches it with her free hand and brings it to her neck. Tears pour down her cheeks and she murmurs, I'm sorry. I'm not too tempted to save her. I mean, like, I am... In normal situation, I may... No. She looks pretty far gone. I mean, like, I get being a jerk now and then, or perhaps just maybe I can forgive some things, but that is just crazy. I'm sorry. You go ahead and get eaten. Arya slices deep into her own throat, opening it with a smooth slash. Blood fountains from the wound, splashing across your feet and puddling in front of the maw. Even as the life flees her body, Arya's eyes are haunted, indrawn and accusing, as if to make certain she has done the job right. She uses the last bit of her failing strength to drive the shard of synth into her chest. She falls amidst the bloom tongues, and they absorb the last of her life's blood. They shove her corpse aside, as if the meat of this woman were the least important thing about her.
I'll remember that.
Air stirs around you, slowly at first, and then a gust as the maw begins to open, expelling atmosphere from an alien world into Little Niliash. A black tunnel opens, the skin between worlds stretching taut and then snapping like a call from an infant's face.
Updated my journal.
I don't know. Lost Anchorage? Oh, right! This is the place
Fine.
the guys wanted to go, right? We're stuck here.
Let's do it.
Hey, I did it! Though Harriet bore us malice for the accident of our birth, still we forgive her, even as we condemned her actions. But the woman is dead. Let her fate serve as an example to others who let hatred consume them. Let us pause to mourn the passing of another life. Garkoto is silent for a moment. Now speak, and I will answer. Well, looks like you have nothing else to say. Even though I opened the maw. Some strange, strangled sound comes from the grill at the foot of the tank. Before you go, what became of the device that bound Harriet to her prison? Persuasion intimidation. I've worked hard to open this maw and to bring Harriet to justice. I should be able to keep the disc as partial recompense for my efforts. Oh yes. A pause from the speakers, and then I agree, your work has been exemplary, and it would be churlish of me to demand its return. Is it any good, at least? It's an artifact. We can just sell it. That's all it does.
Alright.
Well, we got some money. I don't know, do we want to go inside the portal mouth?
Yes.
It's like a 50-50 chance of teleporting to another world and getting eaten. Alright. What is this place? Very... Wow. This is the Anchorage? Expected a shore.
Here we go then.
I suppose.
I'll remember that.
Oh, this is the place that we saw. Captain Janur, this careworn woman is dressed in strange ornate armor. Her bearing is military stiff and her eyes roam constantly, though the rest of her body is under strict control. She assesses you in a glance. Outwardle, the bloom portal is open. It is good that you spoke to me first. Few Lascars speak your tongue. Officers mainly. She clucks her tongue. We need practice. Welcome to the Anchorage. It is good that the portal has opened again. Perhaps we can recover our missing people. Mom. I am Captain Anur. Yeah. This Anchorage is my command. All you see is under my command. Explore our home like if you like, but our traditions, respect them, please. What traditions? I met some of your crew in the blue. Yeah, I did. Jemadar Araki and her crew? She presses a hand to her chest and bows her head. Our thanks outward from myself and from the crew. Should you see her again, please tell her that the way to Anchorage is open to her. Hey, you're just not gonna go there. Last day, our people have returned to us. Tell me more about your people. We lived here on the Anchorage, as did our ancestors for countless generations. Trapped here. They grew old, intermarried, raised families. Our laws came one by one as we built a new society here in isolation. We are military, Lascars, soldiers, sailors. We have a hierarchy and strength. All know their place. All have the chance to ascend on merit. No favoritism. My own child is not even a Jemadar. I do not review her records. I could lose my position for such infraction. She shrugs. All families have such struggles. Alright. Fair enough. Sounds reasonable. Perhaps we will serve together one day. What a wonder that would be. What is this place? Such a family are we Lascars. We struggle against time, against memory, as we keep an eye to the sky, always dreaming of escape. Until then, we hold tradition of the civilization of home. Okay. Can I help you leave the Anchorage? What's that pinging noise? No. Let's go with the Anchorage, Gresham. She smiles slightly. We are not searching for any port that will take refugees. We await the ship that will come for us. Our tradition tells us that home has not forgotten us, and that we will one day breathe its air again. Until we can reach home, we will not. She chuckles. Could you summon the ship to us or create a pathway to our native land? We would depart gladly, but not until then. So I assume she was talking metaphorically, but looks like she's quite literal. So they are spiritual and don't really care for favoritism. Tell me about your ship. Until the ship appears from the void and comes to take us home, we serve the Anchorage as the generations uncounted before us. Some fear the ship may never come, but we hold our eyes to the heavens in faith. She spreads her hands wide. Until that day, we toil. When the ship comes, and it comes soon, it will find the welcome berthed in our Anchorage and in our hearts. How long have you waited for the ship? As long as necessary, Outworld. She stops, retranslating your words. Apologies. We have waited for many families, many parents, my family, and their family, and back my families before them. The Cortex would know, surely, but I do not think we wait much longer. Something in the Anchorage's air smells of our time here coming to an end. The ship will come soon. I bet about how everyone felt. Ken just feels the same, and he would know better than any. What's that pinging noise? She looks at you strangely for a moment, as if she had no idea of what you spoke. And then comprehension comes. Ah, the signal. For so long have I heard that I have forgotten. We call for the ship. Perhaps it has become lost. If so, we light the beacon in the void. Tell me more about Anchorage. What is this? Space station? Perhaps not. The void is great and vast. It holds terrors. The Anchorage is respite, a place of rest and safety. There were once many ships with many people. They came here, rested, refueled, took on passengers. Passengers traveled to many worlds around many stars, and then they stopped coming, but we remain. Are your ancestors the one who built this place? She shakes her head. I do not think so. We lived here many years, but if we built the Anchorage, no memories remain. They tell us only that we serve. Perhaps it was built by our people, perhaps it was always here. We do not know. Scan thoughts. Even the Cortex does not tell us. There are older things than that which we hold dear. Tell me more about your society. If I need to watch out for traditions, then I should know about them. I lead as captain. The Anchorage is my command. Marriages I approve. I lead the rites. To me falls all responsibility for survival. She smiles. But such duties are onerous. I delegate, as captains did before me. So we have pilots, mayors, gemodars, and others. They prove themselves through work, rise through ranks. Every 10 years, those of high rank may challenge me for my position. We speak to the Cortex and match our minds. We solve scheduling, mathematical, logistical problems. Should my challenger win, I retire and advise. We cannot survive without cooperation. Okay. Would you look at that? Actually picking a leader based on competence, but I wouldn't necessarily say just being the most competent problem solver makes you the best leader. You need to be a good guy for that. Maybe that's a given here. I could very well expect that. What is that cortex you mentioned? It is a device sacred to us, she says carefully, her eyes on yours. It is our only connection to our lost home. She folds her arms and adds, we do not allow outwarders to see it. I mean, no offense, but do not ask. Right, okay. So can I see the cortex? Why can I visit the cortex? She exhales, teeth clenched, and looks up. Fury wavers like a trapped flame behind her eyes. We were not always so protective. That was before the other Outwarders tried to steal it a few years ago. She holds up a hand. Perhaps you are different. This does not matter. No Outworder will ever be allowed to see the cortex again. I think that's fair enough. Can you tell me anything about the Outwarders who tried to steal the cortex? She growls, sweeping a hand over her head. Clearly she regrets broaching the topic at all. We were foolish. They came to us through a portal from your world. We welcomed them as guests and showed them the Anchorage, the cortex. Her hand is a fist at her side. One of them put hands on it. His friends attacked us, the Anchorage, burning the walls with their fire.
Making a note.
Shaking her head, she continues. We killed them, of course, all except the one who touched the cortex. Him, we questioned until he died, screaming a word over and over. She watches your face. The word was Dracogen. Wow. Farewell, Captain. What? Ah, look at this. Dracogen tasked me to find the magmatic amulet for him. Is that the cortex?
Happy to help.
By the way, I don't like the guy too much. What is this? This three-dimensional image displays an evolving root-like system, or perhaps an organically growing data structure.
Yes.
What is that? This display shows countless suns viewed from a moving point of reference. It plots distances and routes between them at a dizzying speed. Nice floor. Last
Doing
guy?
it now.
I just Chvon Atuli. What? Kusht Yikfal.
I'll handle it.
Bunch of Lascars here. I can speak properly. Oh, let's
Yes.
check it out. As I suspected, space station. Framed by luxurious curtains, this window reveals the surface of an ocean world. Far below, the view is reminiscent of what you saw when you were born, but the water has a purplish hue and the scattered landmasses are brown and dead. This is clearly not the Ninth World. What about the thing in the middle? Like everything else in the chamber, this device is perfectly polished and clean. Every so often it emits a loud signal that vibrates the whole room. Bunch of Lascars.
All right.
Oh, there's no one I can interact with. Just a bunch of Lascars. So we have a choice of either going this way. Oh, no. As is the way back. Never mind that.
Let's go.
Let's go. A what? This door is made of some unfamiliar shiny metal. It has been polished to a mirror-like sheen. A magnetic strip of another duller metal has a strange runic script scrolled across its surface. It looks like an instruction regarding the door. On trying the door, you discover what the message must be. This door is stuck, or something equivalent. You might be able to force the door open, but it won't be easy. I can actually do that. Will they hate me for this?
On it.
Artis, can you do it? I'm just fixing your door, okay? Some mechanism within the door seems to be stuck, but you manage to overcome its resilience. You hear something crack and the door slides open, grinding a bit as it does.
It's a plan.
Fix your door! I'm gonna steal your crap. Whoa, what is this? Target enemy drops some of their possession, then wanders aimlessly, never attacking. Oh, okay. Let's take it.
I'm carrying too many
Wow!
ciphers.
Too many bloody ciphers. We'll give him some. Wow, he has too many as well. Oh, okay. Maskina can carry some. Anyway, what is this? This heavy door is sealed shut. It's the only thing that stands between you and the void. That's a good thing.
Ready?
I mean, only thing standing between me and the void? Probably not the best thing, but it's better than nothing. Can we open this? Oh, it opens automatically.
One moment, and it's
Pilot.
done.
Mayor Ganges. These ornate doors are firmly shut. When you get close to them, a voice says something in an alien tongue. You don't understand the words, but they sound suspiciously like a rejection.
Let's go.
I understand it in any tongue. Anyway, Pilot Major Ganges. Worry stamps its lines on the features of this man. Like the others in the Anchorage, he wears a suit of ornate armor, but he has set aside his helmet. His hair is thinning, and wrinkles web around his eyes and across his forehead. He's tinkering with some display, but he turns away from it to address you. Greetings, I'm Ganges, pilot major of this Anchorage. Now tell me about your people. He wipes a cloth across a clear glass eye and glances at you. You have spoken with some, yes? We have lived here long, many captains passed. We discovered we would have to wait for the ship to come. Until that time, until the arrival, we survive, we wait, and we train. Let me out Anchorage. It is many things to us, he says, his brow wrinkling. A home, a reminder of who we once were, and a promise. No, a prophecy. He trails off, clicking his tongue, then brightens. Can show you the Anchorage instead of just telling you about it. Can give you a tour, yes? Yeah, I like that tour you offered. Now? Genji says, looking alarmed. Would be happy to, but many tasks. He flushes as his grasp of your language abandons him in his embarrassment. Not now, he mumbles, looking away. But soon, very soon. Please return later. Tell me about the ship. It was promised of old. It will carry us home. He smiles. It is perhaps ridiculous for outwarders to understand. So many crews have passed on, so many lives ago, yet still we believe. Some question whether it comes. Many have died before its arrival, yet still we believe. What is life without belief? Why do we keep on with routines and rituals, if not for belief that someday we will go home? The ship will come. It must. It will be the one. I will be the one to see it. Ah, come on. What do you do here? I serve, Outworld. I'm the keeper of the navigational cortex, its servant. I watch the sensors, I listen to its words, information from antenna arrays filter in here. All knowledge of the Anchorage passes the cortex. If I fail in my duties, the ship might arrive without my foreknowledge. So I clean and listen and study. If the ship should come in my life, and I believe it may, I will take its mind in mind and we will plot a course for our home. What is the cortex? What is the cortex? He opens his mouth and shuts it quickly. I almost speak too fast. It is our watcher of the void. It is the keeper of our history. It knows the night skies of a million worlds. It holds our traditions and tells us how to live in accordance with our with old crews. It keeps us alive, maintains the Anchorage. He bows his head in reverence. Alone is the voice of truth. Never has it been wrong. Without it, we would forget ourselves, becoming even more lost than we already are. Is that all? Attis exclaims. That's amazing. I hope I don't break it. Genji blinks several times, then smiles carefully. He was not joking, actually. Do you have any time to give me that? No. I suppose we need to explore a little bit first before we go for the tour. Oh, can we open this? Though multiple well-polished locks line the edges, you can't help noticing that this door isn't quite as thick as the others you've seen here, and a soft buzzing hum rises from within it. Complex control panel, or possibly another lock, is in the wall beside the door. The buttons are marked with symbols you don't understand, and the light behind them flickers like a candle.
I'll remember that.
Do not touch the door, please. The cortex chamber is not for outwarders. Apologies. Fair enough.
All right.
Can you give me the tour? Or we just need to go? Do you have time to give me that tour you offered yet? Apologies, but still not. I'm awaiting crucial messages, but soon, I promise. Interesting, so... Newport Ma. Return to Garkoto. Ooh, right. We need to go back to... Alright. Alright. So this is maybe not. Raccoon just wanted the vortex.
Here comes the boredom slayer.
Anyhow. Let's go back. Of course we can force it. We can maybe make something happen here, but it would be best if we didn't. We can always do that later. We can just go back and just continue where we left off. We need to go back to Gargoto, and we need to head back to Ioksu, because we found the power cell, and we chased away the cultist in front of his house.
One moment, and it's done.
That we forgot to tell him about, but he probably figured that one out already. He's a smart cookie.
Handle it.
Anyway, Gargoto. Guess what? I figured it out. I went in the portal. I know it sounds insane going into a portal mouth, but I did it. Tell me, what is the state of the new Ma here in my settlement? I opened the new Ma, but I found some kind of terminal or port on the other side. Not your city of Niliash. Garkoto hisses in disappointment, and its great bulk trashes in the tank. Alas, it would appear that we must remain in the bloom for now. We shall find another route home eventually. The murky gases swirl around the prince's corpulent form. Opening the maw has served the residents of Little Niliash. Name your fee. I want money. The work itself was reward enough. I hope that I have helped someone. No. I do not ask for a fee. I sought to find a way to Niliash for your people. And I failed. I think 600 shins should be sufficient.
I'll remember that.
A large sum, Casto, but I agree. The work was dangerous and important. A moment, please. Come on, we were gonna get paid. A minute later, one of Garkoto's mutants stepped forward with a haversack filled with shins. This should include that business. Okay. Garkoto, see you later.
You want it done right.
I always want it done right, so we gotta go back. At least, I'm pretty sure that we're good to go. We can just go back. We can talk to Ioksu. We need to go back to Qian as well. She's the one who assigned us the quest. She's the one who got harassed by the thugs. Oh, we need to talk to all these Lascars. Hey, Araki. Guess what? While you guys were standing here, I actually found Anchorage. The place is, hit or miss. It's not too big, actually. Salt heavy, but alternate routes to Anchorage remain closed. Your fortune, has it been better? Actually, I found it. I found them all in Little Niliash. It looks like it leads to your Anchorage. Wow, you're underselling it. You opened the mall with great effort. Changing tool. Ooh. For the first time, a broad smile cracks her face. A savior, truly, the opener of the ways who can rescue marooned travelers. He turns and speaks to her crewmates. Shalan Askan Toveld! Getza! She turns back to you and presses a small device into your hand. It is useful, all but reliable. Ah, this man is a skilled navigator in this realm of flesh. At last we will return home. To the Anchorage, that is. Alright.
Making a note.
Farewell. Farewell to you too. Maybe this just proves them that I'm a great guy. Maybe that will
It's
prove
a
them
plan.
that I'm a great guy. Wouldn't that prove them that I'm a great guy? What? Didn't I
Fine.
tell them to bugger off? What? We await the Bloom's judgment of Iaksu, he whispers, eyes shining feverishly. Here we'll stay until the blasphemous measure is punished, or the Divar calls us to its heart. Didn't I send them away? Actually, I didn't send them away. I convinced them that the Bloom actually likes Iaksu. But still, I want them to go away. Seriously, they're just gonna stand there? Hey, Iaksu, what's up? You disturbed me again. What great matter calls for interruption? Show him the power source you found in the Katina. Would this work for the scalpel I showed you earlier? It gives it a cursory look. Corrected and see. It is a simple matter. If you are successful, I will see what can be done about the blade itself. So many questions. He would learn more and more quickly through his own experimentation. Yeah, but I don't really want to blow up this old part of town. You know? Ship's power source can be very powerful. Also, the Bloom cultists have agreed to leave you alone.
Making a note.
Doubts rise within. His eyes, his left eye goggles at you momentarily. Extraordinary claims demand proof. He steps to the door and peers outside. He waits for a moment, closes the door, and turns back to you. They had regarded this home and Iaksu, but their clamor ended. Tight smiles color their faces, but no longer they do hurl imprecations. My gratitude, I believe, is in order. Good thing that you could see that. Oh, really? You got rid of them? I'm just gonna look out outside my shack. Oh, they're right there. You lied. Never mind that. Accept this. Let no doubt stand. He presses something small into your hands. What? You can resurrect somebody? Okay. Is it a cipher? What's the cipher? Can't carry all these ciphers. You gotta go back.
I'm going.
I'm going. Meaning to talk to Qian. I wouldn't mind just finishing some quests, so we actually making it looks like less ridiculous.
Whatever.
Because we have a lot of quests right now. Yeah, we had even 2 more
I'm
before
going.
that. And maybe because of we sent back the guy, maybe they will be more friendly to us because in the Anchorage. That sounds reasonable to me. Also, damn, the power core. Forgot to. Ah, well, we're gonna talk to Qian while we are activating that. Then we gotta go back to Yaksu. So we got the power core. Is it no. Transdimensional power source. Use item. This device resembles the hilt of a weapon. It rests easily in your hand, but there is no blade. Attempt to insert the transdimensional power source into the blade. Wow, really? Okay. I just go with dexterity.
Making a note.
Light melee weapon, speed based. That's quite weak. You take out the cylinder that you found in the crashed Katina and try to slide it into the compartment on the hilt. Initially it looks as though it won't quite fit, but you discover that if you press the cylinder gently against the opening, it gradually resizes itself and it fits nearly inside. A small fine blade of pure transdimensional energy sprouts from the hilt. You realize that this device is a scalpel. With a twist of the hand, the blade can quickly be switched on or off. Lightsaber! Or like light dagger? Pocket the weapon.
Action!
We can take this to Ayotsu. Maybe we can pick a fight with Baits for Prey. Probably shouldn't though.
Look out below! Above!
Hey, the kid!
Sideways!
Hey Cody! Did you steal anything? How did you become a slave again? I'm just kidding. I mean, I don't care.
Happy to
So,
help.
alright, so you just stand here doing nothing. Hey Gwen, guess what? I got rid of all the thugs. Gwen raises her head in a business-like manner, believed only by her surroundings. You returned. I don't suppose you learned anything new about Dalny and Vrang. I took care of Vrang. He won't be bothering you again, or anyone ever again.
I'm ready to become even more heroic!
Her eyes twinkle with understanding. A small grin appears on her face. Then quickly it disappears. She almost looks guilty about it. How peculiar, he says. In any case, please accept this in thanks. If Vrang is truly gone, I can afford a little excess. She hands you a little pouch from her pocket. And feel free to sleep here anytime, no charge. Awesome! I'm more glad that I ought to be that someone has died. Has this place made even me bloodthirsty? I like to sleep here. Fine. Do it. Of course. You even fed us? That's awesome.
Feels like everything's going to be alright.
Oh, everything is always gonna be alright. So, can we talk to the guard? Because
Let's do it.
Braska assigned us to find the patrol, and we definitely did that. Well, at least we found... I think we found one of them. Look at that cape! This is just ridiculous. Braska tears her gaze away from the courtyard tunnel and glares at you. And it's something, I don't have time to play the guide. I found one of your patrols in Little Niliash. They were about to be killed by some angry mutants. That was you? They told me what happened. You have my thanks and theirs. Here, the man agreed you deserve something. That's it. I suppose that's it.
Here comes the Boredom Slayer!
So, wow, we really cut down on the missions. Find the missing patrols. We need to find more patrols. And, oh, really? So we can also ask Dracogen if he cares about the vortex, the cortex. Do you care about it? Are you still interested in exploring the blue, my friend? Word has reached these humble ears of a new maw opening near the court of Garkoto and Little Niliash. If it leads to the place I recall, which I thought long gone, it may contain a device of great value indeed. If I did not have a pressing business here, I should explore it myself. But I forget myself. What can I help you with today? Grisalus tells me that the trade post is gone, devoured. His voice sharpens and his gaze is intense. You have agreed to my terms. Do you now tell me that you cannot fulfill your end of the bargain? I think not. You're resourceful. He frowns. I doubt the trade post is truly gone. You simply need to find another maw that will take you there. Is this caster weaker than his kind, or is he simply toying with me? Wow. I've heard that you have sought the cortex from the Anchorage before.
Updated my journal.
He bows slightly. Indeed, as I mentioned, I have interest in unique artifacts, and I occasionally found expeditions to find these artifacts. When the bloom opened in the Anchorage, I offered a reward to the team that could bring me interesting treasures from this location. Alas, the Lascars caught and prosecuted my employees. He smiles. When we have concluded our business with the Amulet, I may have a proposition for you. Until next time, my friend.
Fine.
Okay, so he's not gonna offer us the mission to get me the cortex, or possibly he will just accept the cortex. So he's not interested until I bring him the magmatic.
Happy to help.
How's it called? These names: magmatic amulet. That's it. Also, we can go back
Look
to
out below! Above!
sideways.
Sideways!
We need to go back to Ayaksu. And he said he can pimp up the dagger. Possibly. Are you sure about that? That dagger is really, really bad. So if you can do anything to it, that would be a huge improvement. It does transdimensional damage, but that is not necessarily superior to physical damage. So, Ayaksu. The violent manners is noticeably deferential. You return! What is your pleasure? How do you turn off the field generator in the middle of the room now? The devices you use to measure the bloom. Shut them down now. Why? You promised to modify the scalpel? He holds out his hand without looking you in the eye. He keeps his eyes focused elsewhere until you place the scalpel in his palm. He sets it out on his bench and his fingers fly between his tools and the blade. The process takes only a few moments, and when he has finished, he extends his arm to the side and waits for you to take it from his palm. When you do, he returns to his notes. His sullen air is almost infectious. Infectious. Okay. Is it any good? Wow, that's more like it. 9 base damage, but it's still not amazing. Still better than nothing. You can get a lot of buffs on it. If you put 6 points on it, it's just gonna get strong. Anyhow, it's still not amazing. Well. Anyhow, I believe this is a good time to take a break, so hope you guys had fun. Tell me if you didn't see you around then. Have a good one.